from American Legion Memorial Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, an Atlantic Division tilt tonight in the USL Championship as the Jacks of Charlotte Independence host Loudoun United. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin on hand for this one. Tonight's match is presented by Novan Health. Novan Health, making healthcare remarkable. Big one for Charlotte in their pursuit of the number 2 seed in the Atlantic Division standings. Here's how it looks, brought to you by Birdsong Brewing Company. Ricky, Charlotte really need all 3 points tonight if they want to secure that 2 spot.
They do, and you know Coach Jeffries is telling his boys to come out firing. Do not look at the table. Just walk away with 3 points. You know how important a home playoff match is, so look for them to come out firing, being confident. For Loudoun, you're playing for your pride. You're playing for your future. You're playing for your club. So the boys, just go out and play. Have fun. You have nothing to lose. I'm expecting a really entertaining match tonight.
We'll be keeping an eye on that 24-minute match between Pittsburgh and Miami tonight as well. We start by looking at players to watch here, presented by Great Clips. Dane Kelly has had a phenomenal season. He's had some injuries as well. Could have an historic night tonight as well. And
he's such a weapon for this independent side. 11 goals on the year. We know the talent he has. He loves to run in behind. His work ethic is so good in his movement. Just to find himself in good positions. He's going to be motivated for 2 reasons. Trying to help his team get that number 2 seed and get 100 goals. So look for him to be a focal point.
Loudoun United on the other side of things. Ted Cuti-Pietro has probably been the brightest star for Loudoun all season long, scoring and distributing.
And he plays with just so much passion, so competitive. We see there 7 goals and 2 assists on the year. He's just so good at running on the players. He's so comfortable with the ball. He can find that killer pass. He can finish. And if I'm a Loudoun fan, I want him on the ball early and often, and he needs to be confident today.
It's going to be an interesting one tonight. Loudoun United have pulled off a couple of spoiler roles already towards the end of this season. Charlotte has the 2 seed in their sights and a home playoff game. It's Charlotte Independence, it's Loudoun United, and the kickoff is next.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Hey guys, this is Gabby Douglas. If you have an active lifestyle like me, hydration is key. That's why I love the Hydration Watermelon Smoothie from Smoothie King. With more electrolytes than some of the leading sports drinks, it's a cleaner way to hydrate and recover, with no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. So try the Hydration Watermelon Smoothie from Smoothie King. Order online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Fun fact, you know Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo?
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
You know, we both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.
Doing spicy? Do the do.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin back here with you. Charlotte and Loudoun getting set to take each other on here. Brought to you by Novant Health. We're excited for this one with Charlotte in pursuit of the number 2 seed. Here's their starting lineup under Coach Mike Jeffries, brought to you by Adidas.
And look for Oberton and Palomino to come in a little bit underneath Kelly. Give him support. We know what Kelly's like. He likes to run in behind. He's just such a good goal scorer, so dangerous. So look for them to give him service. Obviously, Martinez, Bronico in the middle, anchoring that team, knowing when to go, when to step, being that dictate the tempo.
We'll see how they fare tonight, trying to keep that really strong home form going against a Loudoun United team under Coach Ryan Martin that stunned Miami a few matches ago. They're trying to do it again tonight to Charlotte.
And the kids can play. They're confident. They like to get at you, so look for Gamble to push up a little high. Have that triangle between him, Cudi Pietro, Bolivar. We know what he's like. He's such an opportunistic forward. Those three need to have a massive game to ask questions of this Independence back line.
So far this season, Charlotte has had the better of it against Loudoun United. We'll see if that changes tonight. Novant Health injury report, especially this late in the season. It's great to see no major injuries. Mike Jeffries told us the other day, a couple guys here and there dealing with a little bit of issues, but nothing too serious to keep them out of the lineup. Ricky, taking a look now at keys to the game, brought to you by Gatorade. We start with Dane Kelly in Charlotte.
We've touched on it. He is your goal scorer. He is going to ask a lot of questions and put Loudoun in difficult positions. And for Loudoun, exhaust yourself. You have nothing to lose. Give everything you can. You're playing for your future. You're playing for your pride.
Charlotte in their home blues kick us off from American Legion Memorial Stadium. Loudoun defend in their road whites with the red trim. These two drew actually earlier in the season. It was a goalless draw. Since then, Loudoun has been outscored by Charlotte 10-1 in the last two meetings. And the last time these two met here, Charlotte were up 4-0 before 20 minutes had been played. It's a different Loudoun since then, that's for sure. Since then, Loudoun have beaten Miami. They took Tampa all the way to the brink. But now they're on the back foot here. Charlotte on the attack. Early chance for Kelly, and it's over the top. Charlotte trying to pick up right where they left off the last time Loudoun were in town.
And you can see how explosive this Charlotte Independence side is. It's a great ball from Martinez to fight Bizama. And in the end, it's a really good ball, trying to find Kelly. In the end, it's really well defended there by Mel.
Of course, Dane Kelly has a chance today to get his 100th career goal in his illustrious time, not just in the USL Championship, but in the game of soccer as a whole. Chick-fil-A corner kick here for Charlotte. Ball is lofted, and at the near post, the header was down. There's a handball appeal from Charlotte at that near post. Referee does not give it. Kevin Broadley is our center official this late afternoon into evening in downtown Charlotte. Loudoun deal with the second ball in a lot better, and it's out for a goal kick. Charlotte have won 5 games in a row, and they are trying to shore up that number 2 seed in the USL Championship. Charlotte actually can clinch it tonight. They have to win here against Loudoun, and they'd have to hope that Miami, in that wild 24-minute game we're going to see later on tonight, that restart from the game down in South Florida, they're going to have to hope that Miami can come back from a goal down to either draw or beat Pittsburgh. Both of those things happen. The 2 seed is Charlotte's tonight. However, if Pittsburgh are able to win, they're leading by a 1-0 in that replay game. It's going to go down to the final day, with Charlotte having to go to Austin and Pittsburgh hosting Hartford. And of course, Miami would be relegated to a road playoff game in the opening round of the playoffs. There is a scenario where Miami can still get the 2 seed, but a lot has to happen. Charlotte has to lose or draw here against Loudoun. Then Miami would have to come back in the 24 minutes against Pittsburgh to win. And then they would just need to win on the final day, because they've got both of the tiebreakers over Charlotte and Pittsburgh head-to-head. A lot could still happen in that regard. Again, Miami has the tiebreaker over Charlotte and Pittsburgh. Charlotte has the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh. So if those two, in a variety of different ways, could finish tied on the final day, it would still go to Charlotte, and they'd stay here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. And we can also say, of course, that whoever gets the 2 is either going to play Memphis or they're going to play Tulsa in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be who is that 2 seed going to be. Of course, Independence fans, your Jacks are in the hunt for the playoffs, like we mentioned, and hosting a first-round playoff game. Stay tuned to the team's social media sites and the website for more ticket info. course, Loudoun gave Miami a huge dent to their chances at getting the 2 seed. And since then, they've lost 4 in a row, but they've looked much better in those games. Again, they lost by a goal to 0 last time out against Tampa. Dos Santos scoring in the 40th minute, but they had played, I think, a month before that. It would have been a totally different storyline. Loudoun has been so much better these last 2 weeks or so.
And you can just see it here. Just a patient build-up, moving the ball left to right, not forcing anything. And if you're Coach Martin, this is something you want to see. It looks like a mature team, moving the ball left to right, moving this Charlotte Independence defensive unit, finding the gaps one to exploit. And it's a really good start for Loudoun so far, 5 minutes into this match.
That's the thing Loudoun do really well. They keep the ball in possession. Many coaches in this division have talked to us about that this year. It's one of the things that you have to cope with when Ryan Martin's team comes to play you. They're going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to have chances. It's the way they like to play throughout their entire organization, all the way up to the MLS level. And it's making these players better, but you can cope with that. You can get chances like this. Enzo Martinez, Dane Kelly, big save. Oberton on the way through. Gabriel Oberton, and he couldn't find anybody on the second attempt.
And it's the second time this Independent side has got through Loudoun far too easy. And it's a good save by Manel to deny Kelly. And Oberton, you can see what he's trying to do, just trying to pull it back, but just no one's there. Again, it's a good attack from Independence.
Yeah, Manel made a huge initial save, and Oberton could have maybe struck it himself. He looked for Dane Kelly, who hadn't remade the run centrally in the penalty area. Now Brant Bronico centrally for Charlotte. Adam Armour. Dane Kelly's onside here on this near side. Tried to find Oberton, making a run through the middle. Across the second time, Martinez just able to shepherd that along and keep it alive. Kevin Riascos. This is Marcelo Palomino. Enzo Martinez. It's another good ball. Dane Kelly was on the back there of Jacob Green, and it's out for a corner.
You can just see again, there's going to between the lines of the defense, it's just far too easy if you're Loudoun, and you would bet Dane Kelly to put that in the back of the net, but it's a really good save from Manel to stay big and have that right hand. And Oberton, he's active, but you can see there's just no trailing run to find. It's a good attack for the Independents, though.
Chick-fil-A corner now for the Jacks. Martinez is the short option. Sent right in there, the header from Roberts, and then Riascos. I think he got a piece of that, but Manel was there again to make the save. It's just like the last game when Loudoun was here. A lot of Charlotte pressure in the early stages.
And again, it's Manel on his toes, coming up big. You knew he was going to be under pressure, and he's answered every question 8 minutes in. Manel has.
Charlotte playing like a team, closing in on a 2 seed in this really competitive Atlantic division. But now here comes Green for Loudoun United. Great ball in behind, and the save is answered by Austin Pack on the other end. Michael Gamble saw a huge opportunity there for him on a plate from Green, but he couldn't get it past Pack.
And much like the Independents, Loudoun breaks through and has that early ball across around that top of the box. Not an easy finish, but Pack is there to answer any questions like Manel. We've seen goalkeepers coming up huge 10 minutes into this match.
We talked about how easy it was for Charlotte to go play through Loudoun. That was just a simple ball through to find Jacob Green. Better finishing from Gamble, and Loudoun could have taken the lead. Now this is given away in the midfield. Garay out wide. This is Gamble again. Gamble with a good centering pass. Cudi Pietro's shot. And he misses wide. Oh, what an open 9 minutes this has been to start this one.
And it's a good ball to find Green. And he just lays it in the path of Gamble. It's not an easy finish with Riascos coming on your side. It's a good save by Pack to stay big and not give Gamble any angle just to slot it in.
Well, 9 minutes of end-to-end action. Somehow, no one scored yet. Charlotte trying to change that. Christian Fuchs over the top. It was almost misjudged by Menel. Dane Kelly couldn't quite get ahead to that. Menel and Pack have had to make a couple of crucial judgments so far. They've been up to the task. He's going to stay down here against Jacob Green. Hugh Roberts on the cover, but he gives it away. Chance here with Bolivar, just trying to work his way through, but Roberts makes amends. And then Loudoun foul away from the ball. Bronico and Bolivar got tangled up. And it's going to leave Charlotte with a chance to take a little bit of a breath here, and good sportsmanship between those two.
And if you're Coach Jeffries, you cannot be happy with your defensive unit, whether it's Bronico, Palomino, Martinez, in front of that back three of Roberts, Fuchs, and Riascos. There's just too many gaps. There's been beaten twice by just two simple balls over the top. It's not good enough for a team that's fighting for the #2 seed in this division.
Ooh, Loudoun, I think, thought the foul was going to come. I think that's why they kind of laid off of that after the challenge came in. Charlotte wanted to play on. The assistant flagged on the far side for a free kick for Loudoun United. Talked to Mike Jeffries earlier this week. He's just telling us, he's kind of told us all season long, the message hasn't changed. Just take it one game at a time. Can't look ahead to Austin, obviously, on the final day. Got to take care of Loudoun. And he said, listen, Loudoun played us tough the first game. We got a little lucky with a red card in the second game. And said, listen, we were unplayable in the third game. He said anybody that we would have played against that day would have struggled with us. But he gave Loudoun credit. He's like, they're going to be tough. We got to be up to the challenge. And if we're not, we could get surprised. And so far, Loudoun have found some spaces to make an impact, and Charlotte's had to adjust here. Worth mentioning as well, that mistake that Hugh Roberts had, almost letting in Loudoun. He's had a tough run of it the last 3 games. He's had 2 own goals in the last 3 games, Hugh Roberts. So rare to see that, really at any level of the professional game. And they've been both kind of unlucky mistakes that have led to the ball going into the back of his own net, and really allowed Loudoun to get in behind just about a minute and a half ago. Dane Kelly's had 2 chances to hit the century mark so far, hasn't taken them. Since then, Loudoun's gotten a foothold into this game, and Ryan Martin's side feel like they can make something happen here and pull off another shocker in this Atlantic Division race for that #2 seed. Green playing it back, and Loudoun will send it all the way back into their own penalty area. DiPietro, pressured by Christian Fuchs, does well under the pressure. Andrew Hosu playing it centrally, then it's sent out wide by Garay.
You can just see there again, Loudoun, 2 passes and they break this initial press of Charlotte Independence. It's a great ball from Downs to find Hosu, who finds DiPietro. Just 3 simple passes and they break down this Independence defensive unit. It's just far too easy so far to play through their pressure.
Tried to find Samake on that far side, who's also been a bright spot for Ryan Martin's Loudoun United, but he was offside. And the attack to break down. Palomino playing it back to Kevin Riascos, who took a penalty here against New York Red Bulls too, that had a lot of people scratching their heads with all the quality that Charlotte has at their disposal. It's pretty surprising to see a defender take that penalty. Of course, it was a Marcucci double save in the end, but Charlotte still managed to find a way back and win it by 2-1. Lovely ball over the top, Christian Fuchs. Enzo Martinez playing it through. Still a chance, goalkeeper committed, it's a back heel, and then Loudoun get it away as Timmy Mell was in the right place at the right time. Jose Bizama nearly finding a way through for Charlotte. One back by Palomino. Bit of a slip, Martinez maintains possession and wins a throw. Palomino dragged down and wins a free kick. Adam Armour. And they'll settle for a throw. Armour. And Jacob Green there defensively. Jacob Green scored a world-class goal against Miami in that 3-2 win in Leesburg, Virginia. Scored it from just outside the penalty area, first time onto his left boot. It's a scorcher. Just shows you the young talent Ryan Martin's team has at their disposal. Good idea from Cudi Pietro, and Kevin Riascos holds his ground.
It's really well defended there by Riascos. Just use his body to get in front of Bolivar and to connect that pass. It's a really dangerous situation there for Loudoun, and he does well to deny them.
Gabriel Oberton, formerly of Manchester United in England, as well as Newcastle United, where he was teammates with his good friend and now current Charlotte Independence teammate, Sylvain Marveau, who's not in the 18 this evening.
And that's number 3 for the Chick-fil-A corner.
It's going to be a Chick-fil-A corner again for Charlotte on this near side. Mike Jeffries told us he was going to make a couple of changes, more just for rest than anything else. That's probably why Sylvain Marveau is not going to play tonight, not in the 18. As Loudoun comes back to try to defend this Chick-fil-A set piece here. Marcelo Palomino gonna find a teammate, goes near post, a foul away from the ball though. Negates any chance that Dane Kelly had of scoring on this occasion. Well, the game has started similarly to the 5-goal drubbing that Charlotte gave Loudoun here last time, but Loudoun have not conceded. They've bended, they haven't broken. They've found some holes for them on the other side, and Charlotte's getting much more of a contest than we saw the last 19-minute opener that these two played on this patch.
And Charlotte they've gotten to the box, they've been dangerous. They just haven't had that lack of composure. They haven't found that final touch. You can see there that last chance they had, Martinez played a ball just a little bit too heavy for Bizama. See Oberton trying to be a little bit too casual. If you're Coach Jeffries, you want them to end this game early. Get 2, get 3 in this first half to kill all the hope of Loudoun.
Christian Fuchs, after Pack was under some pressure. Kelly with a push and a chase, but it's brought back as Gabriel Oberton was fouled by Mel, just on the opposite side of midfield. This season alone, Dane Kelly, 11 goals, joint leading goal scorer with Irvin Parra, who's on the bench tonight for Charlotte Independence, as Loudoun get a free kick. And that's what makes this Charlotte team dangerous, potentially going into the playoffs. Obviously, the back line has a ton of experience on it. Roberts, Christian Fuchs, Kevin Riascos, and the veterans that have been brought in, Bizama, Marveau, Oberton, along with the USL Championship greatness of Dane Kelly up front and Irvin Parra as well. That's why many people are starting to look at this Atlantic Division with the likes of Tampa, obviously, who are the defending Eastern Conference champions. Charlotte trying to make playoff history after failing to do so a season ago. And then Miami, who didn't live up to expectations last year, they have this year. And then the always dangerous Bob Lilly and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who could be as good as they've ever been.
Just so much talent in this division. You know, every team, especially the Central, is looking at the Atlantic saying, yeah, I don't want to play these guys. I don't want to play in the Independence. When you're in the playoffs, you need experience. You want game changers. And this roster is full of them. You have obviously Marveau's now playing Overton, who played the best teams, the best leagues in the world. That's what you need. Obviously Martinez has had experience. What a ball that is.
Armour took a little bit of a deflection. Riascos helped it on, and Kelly miskicked it. Menel made the save. Another chance goes begging for Dane Kelly.
It's a good idea, and the ball just ends up in a dangerous area. You can see miscommunication between Martinez and Kelly, and he just doesn't get enough of it. You would bet on him putting that on target in the back of the net. Kelly just comes to his left foot, just mishits it. It's a good chance for the number 29 of the Independents.
Just to finish your point, Rick, you're to guess piggyback off of it. This could be the deepest four of any of the four divisions, this Atlantic division. When you look at Tampa, Pittsburgh, Charlotte, and Miami, I'm not sure if there's another division that's got that from top to bottom. And again, we still don't know what's going to happen in the Pacific. There's still something to deal with in the Mountain Division as well, and they might be the closest with the likes of Colorado Springs, El Paso, and San Antonio already clinching spots as well. Still waiting on that fourth team to reveal themselves, but wouldn't be surprised if the winner of the Eastern Conference came out of this division. Really, any of the four teams have a puncher's chance at it.
Just across the league, there's just so much competition. Obviously, we know the Atlantic, the Pacific, Orange County, San Diego, Phoenix, number 4 still to be decided. You touched on the Mountain. Just so much talent. It's going to be so exciting to see how the playoff picture comes out and who plays who. And
of course, the Central will certainly have a say. Birmingham and Lou City play this weekend for the number 1 seed in the Central Division. Lou City have to win. They're going to overtake Birmingham Legion. And Memphis and Tulsa. I think Memphis is probably the dark horse out of those four, the way they've been playing of late. Poor touch from Kelly allows Loudoun to clear it on that occasion. And then, to be fair, Tulsa have been as Jekyll and Hyde as anybody this year, but when they're on, they're pretty difficult to stop. A lot of talent at the disposal of Michael Ency inside. So plenty to talk about as far as playoff matchups. And like you said, Ricky, I think I'm in your camp with many fans as well, as we just can't wait to see who's going to play who and dissect the matchups. There's still a lot of work to do today and potentially on the season's final day, this Saturday. And Charlotte clinched the 2 seed with a win and either a draw or a Miami win in that 24-minute replay later on tonight down in South Florida. Pittsburgh win. Doesn't matter what Charlotte do, it's going to go down to the final day of the season. As long as Charlotte better the result from Pittsburgh, and really, they don't even have to do that. They just have to equal it. They will get the 2 seed. Ooh, Pack, a little dangerous there. He's able to find Roberts. And a miscued pass from Palomino as the press from Loudoun forces a mistake.
And if you're Coach Martin, that's something you love to see. Bolivar, he's just so opportunistic. If he gets a sniff at the goal, he's going after at the ball. You can just see it puts Pack under pressure. And then you have the likes of Gamble joining him in that press, and it makes it extremely hard for this independent squad to play out.
Great physical play from Gabriel Oberton. We asked Mike Jeffries about the last game against Hartford when they were 1-0 down and the halftime team talk, and he said, when you have so much experience like this on your roster, you know, it starts with the players. The players talked amongst themselves first. They discussed truthfully what had to change, what wasn't going the way of their side, and the adjustments they had to make to play the way that they want to play. They know how they want to play. They've established that. And just about the different things they had to do to get back to that. And then Mike Jeffries just basically hammered that home to them. They made those adjustments, and they turned it around to come from 1-0 down to win, I should say, against Hartford by 2-1. and put themselves in this position to close in on the number 2 seed. I remember even during the summer when the transfers were kind of coming in one by one. Marveau came in, you're thinking, ooh, interesting, right? And they moved on, and Oberton was just coming to visit Sylvain Marveau, was a friend. He ended up signing as well. And Bizama followed. And so Martinez had a chance to play his way through there and wasn't able to do so. Of course, bringing back Dane Kelly very early in the season raised a lot of eyebrows for Charlotte as well, because many people thought they were going to be good without him. And then they brought him back. And the additions of Marveau, Bizama, Oberton, this Charlotte team a real contender in the Eastern Conference, especially if they have a home playoff game. They've only lost once here all season against New York Red Bulls 2. That was all the way back in July, I believe. Loudoun, though, could be in behind here. Boulevard had a real chance to poke that through. Just couldn't find the target after another pretty simple but effective Loudoun move.
And they're having so much success on this right-hand side. And again, we see that early cross. Boulevard's just off balance when he tries to finish that.
Now Charlotte on the other end. Bronico, Bizama, and it's a crucial touch by Samake. And it's out for a corner.
You can just see it's a couple passes, and they break down this right-hand side. It's a good early ball to find the feet of Boulevard, and then he just gets it all wrong. So hard to finish that when you're off balance. And then here, Independence, just a little bit too casual, too slow from Bronico to find Bizama, and it's a really good last-ditch defending there by Samake to force a corner.
Chick-fil-A corner here, Marcelo Palomino. It's a pretty dangerous ball, but Kelly was out-jumped by Jonathan Manel. It's going to go Loudoun's way.
Folks, the Charlotte Independents and the Independence Soccer Club have joined forces with Summit Coffee Company to kick the cold. Go to any Summit Coffee throughout November and get a free coffee when you donate a
Pepsi Cola is the official soft drink of the Charlotte Independents. Enjoy an ice-cold Pepsi at your next Independence game. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas. Plenty of action so far, these first 27 minutes and change. Both teams could have scored multiple goals so far, but it's been that quality in the final third that has been lacking so far for both sides. Dangerous there for Hostu to let that run, but it works out for him. Lovely touch by Green. Gamble, who missed a big chance in the opening minutes of this one. Gets it back again. Christian Fuchs, formerly of that Leicester City side that won the Premier League, 5,000 to 1 odds under Claudio Ranieri 6-7 years ago now. Another ball played through, had the right idea with Samake lurking, but in the end it's easy for Austin Pack with Roberts on the cover as well.
And it doesn't come off there, but you can just see how much success Loudoun is finding in those pockets, in front of Fuchs, in front of Roberts and Riascos. So you need those two that are sitting, whether it's Bronico and Martinez, Bronico and Palomino, to get a little closer, make it a lot harder to play through. Loudoun's having so much success playing through the middle, 29 minutes into this match.
Enzo Martinez. Couldn't slide it through. A couple of Loudoun defenders. This is not really well controlled by Loudoun at the back, but Martinez is deemed to have fouled and followed through there. Leave on Timmy Mell. And the free kick goes to the visitors. Two captains getting tangled up there. Of course, mentioned that Charlotte's only lost once at home all season. Loudoun's only had one road victory this season, but it's a pretty impressive one. They actually won at Isotopes Park over New Mexico United really early in the season, and going to be a booking here against Christian Fuchs.
Brewing caution issued to number 22, New York Independence, Christian Fuchs.
Fuchs gets carded, brought to you by Devil's Logic Brewing. Here's another look at the challenge.
It's a good ball from Cudi Pietro to find green. Just gets the better side of Fuchs, and he has no choice just to pull him down and pick up a yellow card. Again, Loudoun's finding so much success on this right flank, down this side.
Christian Fuchs is also on a really good Schalke team before he made his way to play in the Premier League in England. And now playing here with Charlotte Independence, trying to make some memories here in North Carolina. It's a wayward cross from Jacob Green, and it's a goal kick. It's always good to have a couple extra ball boys, even if they are the fans.
They seem happy to do it as well.
And Dane Kelly, the target. Oh, Loudoun let that bounce. That's dangerous with Dane Kelly lurking. In the end, Kelly was a little overzealous and commits the foul.
But you love to see that. One, you're playing in a back three with Dambrote, Downs, and Mel. If one goes for that ball, the other two have to pinch in behind him. And you see that ball goes over Kelly and Downs' head, and Dambrote is there to cover him, and he picks up a foul. Those little things will make your back three so much more effective. And coaches, they look at that, they realize that, and it's really good awareness there from Dambrote.
Gamble. And again. Just trying to slide it through to Cudi Pietro, who helped it on. Great work by Adam Armour on both occasions on this near side, and he wins possession back for the Jacks. Overton wastes no time, finding Dane Kelly. Kelly double teamed, couldn't find the ball for a moment. And Loudoun just about do enough. Even with 2 or 3 on him, Dane Kelly's a handful. It's a lovely searching ball for Samake to run onto down this far side. Bolivar makes a run in. Riascos with a crucial block. The attack breaks down. Can Charlotte counter from this position? Palomino. Martinez. Hindered, but advantage is played. Lovely ball in behind for Bizama. Can he pick out the pass? He can for Oberton, and Oberton's shot is saved. And it's out for a corner as Manel was able to get there again to his left.
It's a really good attack from the Independents. I think Oberton thinks there's a player on his back. If he peeks over his shoulder, he's able to take that with his right foot. Instead, he cuts back to his left. In the end, it's a really good save there from Manel. But you need that man to be in those dangerous situations. Oberton, we know he has the class, he has the talent to put that ball in the back of the net.
Chick-fil-A corners taken quickly. Bronico's good ball in, and Riascos got highest up to it, but couldn't direct it on target. More good play, though, from Charlotte here. They just haven't been able to get the ball over the line. Manel has been up to the task so far, but there's another giveaway here for Dane Kelly, who slots it through for Martinez. Enzo Martinez lines it up, and he's blocked just inside of the penalty area. Now Samake on a give and go, but it breaks down with Bronico retreating.
Yeah, that little hesitation there for Martinez is the one that closes his angle down.
Another good ball in. Bizama Armour loved the idea. He was too close. He couldn't retreat back to get the header on it. Lovely run from Oberton to Martinez. And Martinez couldn't find Kelly. And Palomino handled it as he tried to stop the Loudoun counterattack.
And make no mistake about it, the Independents are getting into good situations. They're getting into the box, dangerous positions, just lacking that little bit of execution, composure to find that final touch, put the ball in the back of net, find that extra pass. Just been a little bit too casual in the offensive third for this Independent side.
Downs was able to find Osu. Over the top was a decent idea, but nowhere near Jacob Green in the end, who made a good run. Riascos. Go to Bronico. Christian Fuchs. Lovely pick out for Palomino. Got a little fancy with it. Allows Loudoun to regain possession. Gambro. Garay, outside of the boot. Samake, beaten to it by his opposite number, Riascos. Osu. Has space ahead of him. He realizes it. This left side's been pretty dangerous so far for Loudoun United. Osu just poking it through, and the shot comes in. And in the end, it's sent soaring into orbit. And Bolivar maybe could have taken another touch, found a teammate. He was unable to do so. Well, the Charlotte faithful might be surprised how well Loudoun have handled it so far. Still very much on a knife edge here as we get towards the end of the first half. Like you said at the top, Ricky, nothing to play for Loudoun, but they're trying to do what you said. Leave it all out there. Might as well go for it. Continue to progress as players individually and as a group.
Believe it or not, when you have nothing to play for, when you're just going out there, having no pressure, that's probably when you perform your best. You're enjoying the game, you're having fun, connecting passes, and you can see they're playing freely. They like to get at this Independent side. They're having success. They're going head to head. And you know Coach Martin has to be happy with his boys in 38 minutes into this game so far.
Martinez couldn't find Oberton. A little bit of a nick on the way through. Gamble couldn't get it away from Fuchs. It falls for Bronico. Tries to release Oberton. To aim at in the middle. Gabriel Oberton finds Martinez. Martinez scores! Well, he had time to take 2 touches in the middle of the penalty area, and it's a captain's goal for Charlotte, and the Jacks take the lead inside of 39 minutes.
And you knew it was coming from this Independent side, getting there every single time, and it just comes down to quality. First to find the likes of Oberton on this right side from Bronico, and then it's just pure class from Oberton to take on his defender, pick up his head, and find Martinez. His hesitation killed him last time, but this time it does him a world of good. Able to take that touch, get it out of his feet, and put it through the legs of Down to find that far post. What a goal that is. See if it's through the legs. Nothing Manel can do. And it's a much deserved goal for the Independents.
7th goal of the season for Enzo Martinez, brought to you by Devil's Logic Brewing. Just what the doctor ordered for the Independents. And with 6 minutes to go in the first half, they have found the breakthrough. In the end, Loudoun just didn't close Martinez down quick enough. He had a ton of time in the middle of that penalty area to take 2 separate touches and lined it up to slot it home.
You cannot leave players open. In this league, they'll make you pay every single day of the week, and especially a player like Martinez that has the quality that he does. In the end, it's a pretty easy first touch, pretty easy finish for him. Inside the box, it's just not good enough. You need to be touch tight with your attacker, your defender.
Flicked on by Oberton, and Dane Kelly's offside after playing a lovely ball out wide towards Enzo Martinez. Well, now we will see how Loudoun will respond. They did go 1-0 down against Miami, and they came back to win by 3-2. They were also down to 10 men for a good chunk of that game after Don Luis Paz, who's on the bench tonight, was sent off. For the time being, Charlotte, who've just been so dominant at home, has let that run a little bit, so to get it off his line. Continued their strength here at home so far. Sent back by Garay. Timmy Mel joining the attack. Running a decent ball. Riascos wasn't going to take any chances. Bizama's able to keep it in play, and Martinez can, after taking a couple of touches, move it further upfield to Palomino. Bronico. Spaced over into for Gabriel Oberton. Another really good ball out wide. Bizama. Martinez. Crucial challenge by Hosu. Still not dealt with. It falls to Oberton again, and he couldn't pass it through Hosu at the second attempt. Now Loudoun on the break. Gamble with Green ahead of him. Gets it back, allows more white shirts to flood forward here. Di Pietro. Gamble again, as Charlotte now have been able to recover defensively. Dambro. This is Garay. Patient build-up from Loudoun United here. Di Pietro, 7 goals this season to lead Loudoun. With those 2 assists, Oberton trying to force Loudoun all the way back, and that's what they'll do here. Benel will send it forward. But in the end, it's off target, and Charlotte can regain possession after some good work from Loudoun, but in the end, after they had a good break off the turnover, they couldn't make anything of it.
Yeah, it is a good possession spell for Loudoun, but there's just not much movement going forward. You can see maybe guys are getting tired as the half winds down. You want your playmaker, Di Pietro, to get on the ball a little bit more. He's been too quiet in this first half for Coach Martin's side.
More good work from Brant Bronico. Now Armour. Centering pass for Kelly. And a crucial touch by Downs defensively. Loudoun trying to play their way out of the back, but it did just go over the line on this near side, giving it back to Charlotte to get towards the last minute of the first 45.
On sale Sunday, October 31st at 8 a.m. Stay tuned to our social media and website for more details.
Here's Oberton. Oh, lovely little flick through for Armour. Armour looking for Kelly! And Manel makes another big save at point blank range. Now Riascos. He gives it away to Samake and then wins it right back off of him. Palomino just chipping it over the top for Kelly. Goalkeeper committed and got there before Kelly could really take aim. And in the end, it's a Chick-fil-A corner. Well, where would Loudoun be without their goalkeeper in this first half?
And he's been tremendous. Interesting decision to come off his line this far, but in the end, it works out for him. Denies Kelly another goal-scoring opportunity. That first save was a reaction save. Kelly's flashing across that near post. So good from Manel so far in this first half.
1 minute of added time. At the end of this first half, a Chick-fil-A corner is whipped in, and Roberts got a really good head to that. In the end, not enough power. It kind of looped in the end. It was off target, and it's a goal kick. Well, Manel has just been phenomenal in this first half for Loudoun. Couldn't do anything about the Enzo Martinez strike from inside the box, but other than that, he has been up to the task. He's kept Loudoun very much in this game. Can Loudoun put together one more attack at the end of this first half with Samake on the run? Gamble trying to release him further down this far side, but it's well covered by Kevin Riascos, and Austin Pack will boot it upfield. And that's the end of a pretty thrilling first 45 minutes. A captain's goal from Enzo Martinez, the difference, but both teams still very much in this one.
And it's really open attacking football in this first half. Your Coach Martin, I touched on it a couple minutes ago. You want Cudi Pietro to get on the ball a little bit more, pull the strings, get Boulevard in and around the box. And for Charlotte Independence, you have to get another goal coming out of the half. Be more hungry. I'm expecting a really good second half here.
Charlotte in pursuit of the #2 spot in the Atlantic Division. They're off to the good start. Enzo Martinez with a captain's goal to break the deadlock, but Loudoun are still very much in this with 45 minutes still to play. We'll take a break, and the Novant Health halftime is next from Charlotte.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Duckworth's Grill and Tap House is your destination for great food. Duckworth's is open for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. Make sure you complete your order with an ice-cold Pepsi. Duckworth's is locally owned and operated. Pepsi, that's what I like.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Welcome to the Novant Health Halftime Report alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Sean St. Jacques. We'll get to the second half between Charlotte and Loudoun in just a few moments. But first, we'll look back at some highlights from earlier this week in the USL Championship. Of course, Hartford taking on Charleston. No playoff implications, but obviously these two teams trying to finish ahead of each other at the end of the Atlantic Division season. And Hartford would open the scoring 40 minutes in.
And you love to see a hard-fought match between teams that are out of the playoffs. Just play for pride. You see how much talent does Danny Barrera have. And then obviously Martinez is there to put it in the back of the net.
Walmer Martinez wasn't done. We'll get to that in a second. 61st minute, though, Hartford continuing their onslaught.
And it's a really good free header there for Cardona. You know he's not going to be happy with that. Needs to put that on target.
64th, more chances for Harry Watling's side. They could have been up by a lot more in this game.
And this is just so good here from Dotson, just to pop it down. And Tabor Itaka just gets that a little bit wrong and trying to volley it, just hits it off the ground and it just bends wide. What a chance that is missed.
70th minute, though, it would be Walmer Martinez again for his brace.
And it's a really good build-up play. What about that pass from Barrera? Outside the foot, right on a platter. And let me tell you, that's not an easy finish. Martinez does extremely well to get that. Nothing the keeper can do. 2-0, Hartford, 3 points.
Good strong start, or should say finish, to the season for Hartford Athletic. Take a break. When we come back, news and notes, team of the week, and more around the USL Championship when we return to Charlotte after this.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Goes topics. I mean, yeah, let's talk about today when we go topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up. Hey guys, this is Gabby Douglas. If you have an active lifestyle like me, hydration is key. That's why I love the Hydration Watermelon Smoothie from Smoothie King. With more electrolytes than some of the leading sports drinks, it's a cleaner way to hydrate and recover, with no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. So try the Hydration Watermelon Smoothie from Smoothie King. Order online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez-Espin back here with you on the Novant Health Halftime Report. Charlotte and Loudoun will kick things off for the second half in just a few moments. But first, we'll take a look around the league and the USL Championship, starting with the news and notes. And obviously, the race to the USL Championship playoffs concludes with a full slate on Saturday. ESPN Plus for all the action. Make sure you tune in there. The CBA-approved collective bargaining agreement has obviously been ratified as well. And then a hat trick from Cameron Lancaster for Lou City in a big game against Memphis 901, Ricky.
And he's just been so good year in and year out. And there was 3 really good goals he scored. Obviously, just so good, Cameron Lancaster, he is.
Of course, Cameron Lancaster seeing his single-season goals record at risk with Haji Berry, but he's still having a phenomenal season. And he leads the pack for Team of the Week this week as well.
You see there's just so much talent, mostly on the Western Conference. Cameron Lancaster, Chris Weehan has been tremendous since coming over to New Mexico. Jogo, Lou City again. There's so much talent on this squad here.
Great to see Bruno Lapa back to doing Bruno Lapa things for Birmingham Legion as well. He's been phenomenal. Here's the upcoming schedule around the USL Championship. Memphis and Tulsa fighting for that 3 spot in the Central Division. RGV has still got a shot at getting into the playoffs as well. This is a really fun slate.
And you can look at the bottom right-hand corner. Oakland Roots, Sporting KC. Oakland trying to get into that playoffs. Number 4 seed in the Pacific Division, which is so tight. Obviously, Miami takes on Charleston. You know, they want results to go their way, trying to get that number 2 seed. Just so much competition in the schedule here.
New Mexico United as well. Got to keep an eye on them as we wrap up this wild regular season as well. Lots still to be played for, specifically in the Western Conference as well. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, first half highlights and stats, and then the second half kick. Hear from Charlotte after this.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Fun fact, you know Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo?
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
You know, we both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.
Doing spicy? Do the do.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Novant Health halftime continues. Charlotte leading over Loudoun by a goal to 0. Tonight's veteran of the game is Captain Jack Marks of the United States Marine Corps. Captain Marks was in the Marine Corps platoon leader class during his 4 years in college. Afterward, he acquired additional skills at Quantico and in California, after which he was deployed to Vietnam. For his service and valor under dangerous and adverse conditions, Captain Marks was awarded the Navy Commendation Medal for meritorious service. Captain Marks, tonight and every night, we thank you for your service. Along with Ricky Lopez, Espen, Sean St. Jacques here with you. Duckworth's first half highlights from Charlotte and Loudoun, and really it was Independence on the front foot, Ricky, from the start.
Yeah, they got into really good opportunities, really good position, just lacking that final killer instinct, whether it's finding that pass, finding that ball in the back of the net we see here. Overton just so active in that penalty area. Doesn't pick out someone there. To be continued.
A couple minutes later, though, Loudoun started to get a foothold in the game, and this was a huge chance for Michael Gamble.
And it's a really good goal-scoring opportunity here from Gamble. You want to put that on that near post or come across that far post, just not at the goalkeeper. It's a good save from Pack.
26th minute, more good stuff from Ryan Martin's Loudoun, and they were nearly in again.
And they love this early ball to the striker. That first touch from Boulevard just takes him a little bit too long. Riascos maybe throws him off, but it's a really good opportunity missed again from Loudoun.
After that, Charlotte took back over, and Bizama would have put in the ball here for Oberton.
Yeah, it's a good cut back here from Bizama to find Oberton. Maybe he has a little bit more time than he realizes it. Doesn't have to go to his left foot, but in the end, it's a really good save from Manel.
Then finally, the breakthrough. Just class here from Oberton, and then Enzo Martinez had a ton of time to finish this.
Yeah, he didn't pick out someone that first replay, but now he does. And he finds his captain. Great first touch, great second touch, great finish. really well worked goal from the Independents.
Only goal so far that separates the sides. Halftime stats here with Charlotte and Loudoun. 11 shots to 4 in favor of the Independents, 6 to 1 shots on target. But make no mistake, Loudoun United are still very much in this game.
And they had possession. They've been moving the ball around really, really well. But you need to make it happen. You need to get into goal-scoring opportunities. Have killer instinct. Make that final pass, that final shot for Charlotte. You know, Coach Jeffries is telling the boys to come out strong, trying to get a goal in that first 5-10 minutes to put this game to rest.
Of course, the 2 seed is on the line for Charlotte. Potentially, they could clinch it this evening if they can win and they can get some help down south in Miami from Paul Dalglish's boys against Pittsburgh. And we'll keep you updated on that game when it gets started. Again, that game is going to be picked up in the second half. They're going to play the last 24 minutes with Pittsburgh leading by a goal to nil. Miami would have to come back and get a draw or a win. And Miami, I should say Charlotte, would have to also finish this out if they are to clinch the 2 seed tonight. It's in Charlotte's destiny going into the final day if they win regardless, but they could clinch it tonight if they can get a little bit of help down in Miami. But Loudoun been more than up to the task so far. They've had a couple of really good chances. Mel and that back line have made it tough at times on Charlotte. But really, it's been Jonathan Manel who's kept them in this game with a couple of remarkable saves.
And it's really good credit to Manel. We don't see him much back there. It's usually forward, but to come in and have massive saves, that's what you want from your goalkeeper. So you look for Loudoun to stay on the attack. And when you get into those good opportunities, have the composure to put the ball in the back of the net.
Second half is underway. Charlotte going from left to right in their home blues in the second half as Kevin Riascos puts in an early challenge and gives it right back to Loudoun, who are on the attack at the start of this second half. A push and a chase here into the penalty area. Good ball across Pack. Makes the save. It's out off of Fuchs for a corner. Good early chance for Landry Hosu, who stays down just off the field.
And hopefully he's okay. We can just see how explosive he is with this touch right there. Just blows by Roberts. Bit of skill to get by Fuchs, and in the end, it's a good save from Pack, staying big and closing any angle there from Hosu.
Landry Hosu is still down. Not down, well, I should say. He's being attended to. Just off to the left of the goal. Referee's going to have Loudoun go on with it here with a Chick-fil-A corner on this near side. It's like Hosu's going to try and continue, which is good to see. So while we await his re-entry, Loudoun try to find an equalizer. Oh, it was a good centering ball. It went through a couple of legs and nearly fell to Dambro for a chance. But now this is where Charlotte can be dangerous. The goal scorer, Enzo Martinez, on the counterattack. Waiting for some help. Finds it in the form of Adam Armour, who's just trying to find Christian Fuchs, but he's muscled off of it and then wins a free kick as he just doesn't give up on it, with Timmy Mel bearing down.
So let's get loud this second half as we watch the battle on the pitch between Loudoun United and your
Hosu is back on. Meanwhile, just off camera for Loudoun, there he is. It's good to see him re-enter the game. Keep an eye on him as proceedings continue. Charlotte trying to take the life out of Loudoun here at the start of this second half. Really establish their advantage in this home match. Martinez just behind Marcelo Palomino for this set piece. It's Palomino's ball in. Kelly got there first, but he only finds the roof of the net. Rare mistake from Manel. He didn't get there in time, but Kelly couldn't make him pay for it.
And it's a brilliant ball in here from Palomino. Just Kelly just gets under it. He beats Manel to it, and it's an open net. You can just see he just mistimes his jump, Kelly does, and is unable to get that ball underneath the crossbar.
Well, it's turned into a handful of chances now for Dane Kelly, who's looking for his 100th career goal. His fantastic soccer career. Hasn't had the chance yet. Put it into the back of the net. Loudoun looking for an equalizer here, but a misplaced pass gives it back to Enzo Martinez. Riascos is forced back to Austin Pack. And Loudoun have not beat Charlotte this season. 2 losses and a draw. Of course, the last 2, Loudoun were outscored 10-1 by Charlotte. One game here and the other in Virginia. Now a lovely ball through for Dane Kelly, and he had space to his right. He tried to go across Timmy Mel, who was ready for him.
Yeah, if Dane Kelly just pushes that ball into all that real estate in front of him, he's gone. It's a 1v1 with him and Manel. The sides try to come across Mel, but in the end, it's a wrong decision from Kelly.
Pietro. Near side, Dambro helping it on. This is Samake. Didn't have many options. Once Cudi Pietro. It's it right back to Samake. A good play from Loudoun here. Hosu just couldn't pull the trigger, did everything right. And Hugh Roberts will send it out for a Chick-fil-A corner for Loudoun.
And again, it's Hosu coming in with the late run, just unable to get enough space to pull that trigger and have that shot. In the end, it's out for a corner kick, but you want Hosu to be able to find a little bit of space, maybe find an extra pass or put that ball on target and ask questions of Pack. It's a good opportunity here from Loudoun.
Can Loudoun find a leveler here? There's the back post. It was Christian Fuchs who was near it. Only didn't get a touch. Referee points for a goal kick. Of course, later on tonight, Memphis 901 taking on FC Tulsa with the 3 seed up for grabs in the Central Division. I mentioned this at halftime as well. We're sticking around for Real Monarchs and RGV as well. Big chance for RGV to potentially stay very much in the playoff hunt and maybe even make up some ground going into the final day. Good give and go with Gamble's touch. Lets him down. Lovely little scoop pass in traffic there from Oberton. Of course, what's up for grabs here is the 2 seed in the Atlantic Division. Pittsburgh and Miami finishing off their replay. Later on tonight, Pittsburgh leading by a 1-0. 24 minutes left on the clock in Miami. If the result goes Miami's way and Charlotte finish this off against Loudoun, Charlotte are the 2 seed in this Atlantic Division. A sloppy play, though, from Charlotte on this occasion with Hosu picking it up. He has Samake behind him. And Samake deals with Palomino, wins a throw.
A little bit too casual, but not enough urgency from this Charlotte Independent side coming out at halftime. See Palomino dancing on the ball in his defensive third. You never want to do that. Results in a turnover for this Loudoun United, and they're off again on this left side.
Ooh, but the offside flag is up. Great idea by Cudi Pietro, who's linked up really well with Samake. Meanwhile, a sub is going to take place here with Jackson Hopkins coming on for Loudoun. And Bolivar is going to be the one who makes way. Missed a big chance in the first half to give Loudoun the lead. It's a complete construction services change. And Mike Jeffries actually highlighted Jackson Hopkins to us. He was somebody that he was looking at in preparation as a player for Loudoun who could make an impact, and now he's got to deal with him here for a good chunk of this second half.
Yeah, look for him to link up with Cudi Pietro. He's a player that likes to take his chances. He creates his own space on top of the box. Really good with the ball at his feet. So look for Hopkins to have a good impact in the second half here for Loudoun.
Usu finding Samake. Good work from Bizama on this near side. Extra work done as well by Dane Kelly, helping on the defensive side. Dambro gets on with it, able to find Michael Gamble, who spins out of a couple of challenges. Last resort was a back heel. He's frustrated as he gives it away. Now Palomino continues to surge on. Use it for armor. Hasn't been as end-to-end as the first 25 minutes were, but this game is still very much on a knife edge. And Loudoun have had the better of it these last few minutes. Green on the attack this time. Hopkins, first major touch since coming on. Able to find Cudi Pietro, who tries to find Hopkins on the return, but Pack is there.
And if Cudi Pietro just peeks over his shoulder, he has the likes of Samake Dambro coming in late. And he likes to go back with that 1-2, trying to find Hopkins, but it's cut out by this Charlotte Independence back line. He just peeks over his shoulder and plays that ball to the left side. There's a lot of real estate in the 2v1 for his teammates.
Bizama, lovely control off the chest. Roberts has a man on. I don't think anybody told him. He was able to react at the last moment with Hopkins on his back. Now Gabriel Oberton just puts it on a plate for Bizama. Ronico was harried that time. And it's going to be a Loudoun throw with a Loudoun player down here, Dambro. After that challenge. We'll take another look at it.
And it's a 50-50 ball. It's a long touch there from Bronico, and he just catches Dambro on that follow through. There's no ill will there. Looks like Dambro's okay to keep on going.
And Charlotte looking for that killer blow. You can see them pick up a 12th home win tonight and be in the box seat as far as the race for the 2 seed is concerned. Charlotte go to Austin on the final day of the season. That's going to be a pretty difficult game with Austin still having it all to play for, a chance for them to get into the playoffs in that Mountain Division. Pittsburgh play Hartford on the final day. If they can win tonight, Pittsburgh will still have a shot getting the 2 seed. But of course, they'll need some help from Austin. This is Dambro initially. Now Samake. Dambro again, blocked by Riascos. And it's another Chick-fil-A corner here for Loudoun United. Charlotte have the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh, which is why this game in particular is crucial for Charlotte to win. Because then it's really in their control on the final day. If they were to tie with Pittsburgh, they would still get the 2 seed. But Loudoun are trying to make them sweat it out here. Downs. Gamble poking it through. Hosu. Samake, great challenge from Roberts. Roberts is actually top 5 in the league this season with just over 120 clearances. He showed you why there, just great on-ball defending.
It's really good positioning there from Roberts. But if you're Loudoun, you need a little bit more movement in that final third. See Gamble was sitting on the ball with no runners in. Husu finally takes it upon himself to have that little darting run into the area. But you need a little bit more movement to pull defenders out of positions, to create spaces for each other.
Ball hits the referee, play is stopped. As Kevin Broadley had to make sure it stayed with Loudoun there. And United can restart play. Just one back after Bronico had it initially by Garay. All the way back for Mel with just over half an hour still to play. Enzo Martinez's goal in the 38th minute is the difference so far. Ooh, one back here by Bronico. Bronico might size this up. Instead, he leaves it for Bizama. Bizama trying to make up his mind. Goes to the byline. And Bizama swarmed at the end. Took too much time. And they're able to get it away. That's... Ooh, I thought that was in play from Samake. Maybe unlucky. The assistant referee putting his flag up, and Charlotte catch a bit of a break.
And it's been the story of this match for the Independents, getting into good position, but just not having the intent to know what you're going to do, just a little bit too hesitant. You see Bizama dancing on the ball, whether putting a ball in or finding Kelly or going at it himself. That gives so much time to the defense to get in position, to bring numbers around the ball, and eventually he gets dispossessed of the ball. So you want players that are a little bit more intentional. They know what they're going to do and put their defensive units under pressure.
And great play by Hosu, but he couldn't find Samake. That battle on this near side has been fun to watch between a pair of twos there, Riascos and Samake. Kelly was onside. Better ball could have allowed Enzo Martinez to be in, and instead he can't keep it in on this near side, and it goes to Loudoun. Well, what a chance that was for Charlotte. Of course, both teams can still make a myriad of changes. Para, Sabella, Johnson, who's been in form for Charlotte, available. Mike Jeffries wants to switch things up. Montez Daoka, Luis Paz, a couple of the options at the disposal of Ryan Martin for Loudoun United. Right into Martinez. Kelly, out of his left boot, helps it along for Armour. Lovely give and go. Armour takes it on with the outside of his left boot. It was an audacious attempt, but he couldn't hit the target.
It's always going to be hard there to try to find that top corner with the outside of your left foot to get that curve on the ball. You'd like to see him take it with his right foot or maybe slip a player in. Again, it's a good move from the Independents on top of the box. There's just so much movement, so much interchange, and it's so hard to defend when a team is on the same page in the attacking third.
Oh, that's a lovely ball from Bronico to slice through the Loudoun back line. Kelly is lurking, but so was Dambro. And then miscommunication on the header back. Poor play at the end from Loudoun. And that's a cheap corner kick to concede here for Charlotte, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
And again, it's a good move from Armour coming down this left side. He puts a teasing ball in, but you want Kelly to maybe crash that first post, get in front of his defender. So if he's able to bring it down or the defender touches him, he goes down and it's a PK. Those are the little things you want as a goal scorer, to always be hungry to beat your defender to that space.
Well, Martinez has already scored tonight. Trying to find a teammate this time, and he nearly found Riascos. Too many white shirts in the middle. Another miscue at the back. Loudoun concede the throw. you're looking for a little Greek, a little Southern and always fresh, enjoy a great meal and an ice cold Pepsi at your local Shomars. Off the throw in, Bizama. Leaving it for Martinez. That's all he could really do with it, I think, is win another throw in traffic. Bizama again. Martinez in traffic again, but he finds Bizama. Oberton. Bizama. This is lovely from Charlotte. Wonderful from Bronico. Oberton leaving it. Palomino. Armour just trying to keep it alive. He does so. Armour for Kelly. And this time, Mel gets the touch on it, but it's only a throw-in for Charlotte as they continue to turn the screw here. Palomino. And Charlotte are forced back. This is Hugh Roberts picking his head up. Kelly, great turn. Kelly, it falls for Martinez. And a crucial touch in there defensively again by Timmy Mel. And it's going to be another Chick-fil-A corner for Charlotte.
It's a great ball from Roberts to find the feet of Kelly. And then you can't teach what Kelly does. Turns down like a top. And then it's a really good defensive effort there from Mel to not give anything easy to Martinez. But what a turn that is from Kelly on top of that box.
Kelly still in search of goal number 100 for his career. Oberton forces it out. It's another corner for Charlotte here. Trying to get that second goal, which could seal the points potentially here. Oh, poorly taken by Martinez. Expect a lot more from him. Was cut out easily by Downs, who barely had to move, but Palomino sends it back in. Riascos, oh, goalkeeper missed it on the first attempt, and Kelly was right there, but in the end, he just saw Menel pick it up.
And it's the second time in that Menel has misread a ball that comes into his area. You can see Riasco maybe throws him off. Last time it was Kelly, but he does well to clean up his mistake. It's a teasing ball there from Palomino. That's what happens when you have players that can put balls in dangerous areas. Just so good from the number 8 of the Independents.
The longer Charlotte can't find that second goal, the more Loudoun can feel they can find an equalizer. Cudi Pietro, enough on it. We tried to go back to get it, and it was fouled in the process. Kevin Riascos, we've only had one booking tonight. Christian Fuchs, I should say, back in the first half. Referee just giving Kevin Riascos a word or two. It's going to be a Loudoun free kick. A couple of changes are upcoming potentially here for Charlotte. We'll await the confirmation on that. In the meantime, here's the challenge.
Yeah, just catches Cudi Pietro there with his left foot. You can see Cudi Pietro's good to go. It's a good opportunity here for Loudoun. Just put the ball in a dangerous area. Ask questions up pack. Put him in no man's land. Does he know whether to go, whether to stay?
And Gamble allows him to stay, and he chests it down.
It's a big opportunity missed from Loudoun. You want that ball right in and around that penalty spot, so you put it in the mixer with a lot of players. There's a lot of traffic. In the end, there's no one making that run, wanting to score that goal.
Great ball from Christian Fuchs to find Dane Kelly, who laid it off. Ball in for Martinez, and another big save. Menel again down to his left, keeping this one in the balance, and Martinez is denied a brace. What a chance. Kelly picks the pocket and then sends it in for Oberton. Oberton leaves it for Martinez, and then Mel denies Kelly, who made a good run into the penalty area. It'll end up staying with Loudoun as Palomino couldn't keep it in on that far side. Looks like there's going to be some changes here, not just for Charlotte, but for Loudoun as well. All brought to you by Complete Construction Services. Bizama's night is done. Joel Johnson, who's in good form at the moment, will enter. And Jake Arman, normally a regular for Charlotte, getting a little bit of rest tonight early on, but he'll play the last 20 minutes, and Adam Armour will make way. And on the other side of things, Darluis Paz is going to come on for Loudoun, and Michael Gamble's night is going to come to an end. So 2 changes for Charlotte and 1 adjustment for Ryan Martin's Loudoun as well.
And they're both really attack-minded substitutions. We see Paz there, likes to get at players, is fantastic on the dribble, can find that killer pass, can score goals, really crafty player. Then Arman, Johnson, just engines on both sides of the field, can put just such dangerous service they have. We saw Johnson scored a terrific goal last game. So look for them to look for Kelly, look for Oberton, look for Palomino.
Darluis Paz, of course, was sent off without even half an hour on the clock against Miami when Loudoun beat them by 3-2 in their last victory. We'll see if he can make an impact. He's a player that's got a lot of talent but hasn't quite scratched the surface yet for Ryan Martin's Loudoun. Still 20 minutes left in this one. And still plenty of time for a few more twists and a few more turns as well. A wrestling match there between Oberton and Dambro. Charlotte allowed to take this quickly. Joel Johnson, whose legs are fresh. And it was a good ball in. Timmy Mel chested that away. Brief handball appeal from Martinez. It's going to be a Chick-fil-A corner.
Chick-fil-A corner kicks for the Jacks.
Just cleverness from Oberton to put his hand on that ball really quick and spring Johnson on this right side. And then again, he put the teasing ball. It's really well dealt with, Mel, to put this out for a corner kick.
And it comes, and Roberts, who was hoping Manel could not get there, ends up waiting for a ball that never came on that far side. And so Martinez's goal, still the difference at the moment. You still feel like Loudoun have got a say in this one. There's a lot of time left, and Charlotte just can't find the killer blow at the moment.
And Coach Martin has to be happy with his boys fighting in, not making it easy for this independent side. It takes one chance for them.
Well, it could be Kelly, though, here, and then Dambro. Well, is that a pass back to the goalkeeper? At least the fans were asking. I don't think any players had an appeal. And again, Dane Kelly just not sharp in that final third, at least not on that occasion, but he wins it back here. Oberton looking for Kelly. Couldn't find him. Palomino onto his left. And he couldn't hit the target. Loudoun just daring Charlotte to score their second, but they can't oblige.
And it's giveaway after giveaway, and you cannot have that happen against a team like the Independent. You see Oberton trying to find Kelly. It's a bit of skill from Palomino to pull it behind his back, trying to bend that around, find that far post, just so unlucky not to put that on target. But if you're Loudoun, you Coach Martin, I was just saying he has to be proud of his boys, but they have to be more disciplined. They have to be a little bit smarter playing out of the back. You cannot turn over the ball. It's far too easy, giving this Independent attack so much to work with.
Paz had it initially back for Downs. And the 2 seed for Charlotte comes into quite a bit of doubt. If they tie or lose this game, Pittsburgh and even Miami are able to win, a slight bit of hope. Di Pietro. Lofting it in. Hosu! Oh my goodness, what an effort He had Austin Pack flailing, but he couldn't hit the target off a magnificent strike.
Again, Kuti Pietro just has the vision to pick out Hosu, and this ball just sets up so nice for him. And he hits it so clean. It's dipping away. There's nothing Pack can do if that's on target. Lucky enough for him, it goes wide of his post. What an effort that is from Hosu.
Just another warning shot for Charlotte here. Offside flag is up on that far side. Again, a win for Charlotte. Basically takes Miami out of the race for the top two. We'll be down to Pittsburgh and Charlotte if Pittsburgh can win the game that has to be finished later on tonight. They still have work to do here. Dane Kelly on the turn. Samake helping out. Palomino trying to win it back, as is Kelly. Kuti Pietro as Loudoun continue to play this dangerous game out of the back. They give it away again. Palomino. Riascos. Riascos gives it away. Here's Paz. And then in the end, Kevin Riascos is going to be booked, I think, for the latter stages of that challenge.
Independence fans, it is time for the big.
Two players in that defensive back three now have yellow cards for Charlotte.
You see it just a tangle up here on this touchline. Just a little bit of frustration there from Riascos. And I'll tell you what, I think he's a little bit lucky not to see a different color there. Studs up late, catches Dambro. Bit of frustration there from the right back who knows better. No need to come in and tackle like that and pick up a, luckily, silly yellow card. It's not a red card.
Devil's Logic Brewing booking for Kevin Riascos. Boy, you are spot on with that, Ricky. A couple of inches higher, we could have been looking at a different color right there. My goodness. Very dangerous challenge from Riascos.
You have to think it comes with frustration. Just Loudoun not making it easy. And the question, maybe this Charlotte team came into this game a little bit too confident, thinking it was going to be a little bit easy. And Loudoun has put up a fight. They're fighting for every second ball. And Coach Martin has to be happy with the effort from his boys.
We saw similar effort against Tampa Bay last time out. They didn't get the equalizer, though, Loudoun. That's the thing that's been missing for these last 4 games. Can they get it tonight? Downs with the ball over the top. Paz, but Pack is well off his line to clear it. Only as far as Kuti Pietro. I talked about him a lot, but you mentioned it, Ricky. Just takes a moment of magic for him to make an impact on this game. And another rash challenge there with Oberton coming away with the ball. Loudoun's got to keep their cool as well. Downs dwelling on it a little too long, but he gets it away from Kelly. Couple of lunges there on Oberton that really could have been dangerous. Now Loudoun have it with Samake. All the good runs in the penalty area and a poor pass across. Picked off by Palomino. Bronico. Christian Fuchs. Oh, Martinez brought down there. It's a free kick. And Timmy Mell is going to see yellow here. Devil's Logic Brewing booking first of the night, I believe, for a Loudoun player, as Mel didn't time that challenge well.
This times it, Mel just comes through the back of Martinez. Martinez does well to put his body in front of Mel between the ball. Just too eager, comes through the back of Martinez.
Confirmation of the booking for the captain this evening for Loudoun, Timmy Mell. Now a set piece for Loudoun to defend, with Charlotte looking for what could be a knockout blow here tonight. Loudoun had been able to bend, not break in this second half. 12 minutes to go. Palomino lines it up. Roberts closest to it. Kelly fouls Menel on the way through, trying to go up for it. In the end, Loudoun escape again. Loudoun United on the attack. Just kind of looped over the top, pause, and Pack misses the header, and then Christian Fuchs on the back end saves Charlotte's bacon. Risky commit there from Pack, and Charlotte were nearly undone there.
If you're gonna come out for that as a goalkeeper, you have to be 100% sure and get that ball away from your penalty area. And he gets it all wrong. Thankfully for Fuchs, he's in a good position to deny Green an easy tap in on the doorstep. If you're Charlotte, you have to clean up defensively. You can see Paz just running and asking questions of this back line. Thankfully for Fuchs, he's there to clean up the mess.
Leads to another Chick-fil-A corner for Loudoun. They take it short. Don Luis Paz is easily stopped by Martinez, but it's taken away by Downs. Chance to put a ball in here. It's a good one. Mel was closest to it. Roberts got it away. Downs continues it. Paz again. Just trying to get it away from Bronico, but they're not able to continue to keep it. Charlotte, and then a shot comes in, and Pack wasn't going to take any chances on the Samake strike, and it's another Chick-fil-A corner.
And if you let this Loudoun team hang around it long enough, they're gonna make you pay. See Samake, it's an audacious effort here from ways out. I think it's going wide, but Pack, like you said, Sean, makes no mistake. He's not taking any chances. But if Coach Jeffries is not gonna be happy with his boys, a little bit too casual in this back, giving Loudoun breathing room.
10 minutes to go. Ball in, and a crucial miss from Dambro. It was on a plate.
Complete construction
and he couldn't hit the target. Well, it's going to be, in the meantime, a complete construction services substitution. Gabriel Oberton's night is done. Another good shift from him. And Irvin Parra is going to enter the fray to try and seal this up for Charlotte, who are very much on the back foot at the moment.
And look for Parra to come up top and link up with Kelly. Maybe relieve some of the pressure that Loudoun has been putting on this independent side. Play off of him. He needs to be very strong in his hold-up play to bring in the likes of Palomino coming in underneath him. Loudoun have put so much numbers forward, so look for the feet of Parra, look for the feet of Kelly to break that press of this Loudoun squad.
Well, for those that have watched Loudoun over the last 2 weeks, it's not too much of a surprise. They've been really making life tough on the teams at the top of the Atlantic Division, beating Miami, giving Tampa Bay all they can handle. And now Charlotte trying to hold them off here with just over 8 minutes remaining.
And just all year, they've been so good between the boxes. The stuff that has let them down has been the play inside the boxes, in their defensive box, and in their attacking box as well.
First major touch for Parra. Kelly making a run into the middle. Parra tries to find him. It's headed right back out to him. They'll settle for the throw here with 8 minutes left. Parra wasting no time. He goes right back in looking for Kelly. Loudoun again have it covered. Gatorade is scientifically researched and game tested for athletes like your Jacks. When you need hydration, choose the official isotonic sports drink of the Charlotte Independents. Gatorade. Mel sends it forward. Latter stages of this game that Charlotte needs if they are to clinch the 2 seed, whether it's tonight or on the final day. I believe Pittsburgh and Miami are finishing up that game as we speak. Pittsburgh still leading by a goal to 0. Loudoun again, though, on the attack. Player down for them at the moment, but Cudi Pietro goes into a sea of blue and is dispossessed. Charlotte can continue if they wish. Enzo Martinez, but he's dispossessed. And then the referee will blow the whistle.
We'll see what happened here with Paz. Ooh, just gets to follow through of Riascos in his midsection. You know, those are never fun.
Again, Kevin Riascos having to be a little careful there with his challenges. Paz is able to get back to his feet. We hope he's all right. Don't wish that on anybody as he heads to the sideline. Let's get a look at the beautiful Charlotte skyline in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, overlooking American Legion Memorial Stadium. 6 minutes left for their Jacks to see this one out. Enzo Martinez's goal back in the 38th minute is the difference for now. Parra is able to win this back for Charlotte. Trying to find Joel Johnson, but Samake is there. Poor clearance, though, allows Joel Johnson to regain possession. Johnson trying to find Parra, but again, Charlotte kind of waited too long, and Loudoun got enough numbers behind the ball. Paz was looking for a free kick there. It's going to be a Charlotte throw right in front of Mike Jeffries. Martinez tried to find, I think, Palomino. Armin was there as well. Bronico, Palomino, and still Bronico still there for Charlotte to take. Martinez lofting it in. Dambro was there only as far as Brant Bronico. And Bronico saw the headlines, tried to get past a couple of players and was not able to accomplish that. Now Loudoun on the counterattack here. Hopkins, Paz, back for Hopkins. And in the end, Christian Fuchs and company do just enough. And then a free kick allows Charlotte to settle things down again, coming down on 4 minutes plus added time remaining. Well, from a Charlotte perspective, these are the kind of games where the best teams find a way. They're 4 minutes away from doing that despite not being at their best tonight.
Doesn't have to be pretty, you just have to get the 3 points. Obviously, Coach Jeffries is not going to be pleased with the performance to close this game out. Chance here.
Chance for Parra to maybe change that. Dane Kelly! Martinez! Well, Kelly got fancy with it, tried to chop it onto his right. Instead, he found Martinez, and Martinez couldn't seal it.
And it's a good ball here from Johnson to spring Parra. And then this is so good from Parra to pick his head up, find Kelly. And there's no need to cut it back on your right foot. Take it with your left foot. You're inside the box. This is what you get paid for, to put the ball in the back of the net. There's no need to be a little bit cute. In the end, it falls to Martinez, and a player like him, you can see his frustration not to put that on target.
Samake, still 3 minutes left. And if there's another goal in this game, it could be decisive. Parra just trying to dance his way through. He's fouled in the end. Loudoun were thinking it should have gone their way with Garay helping out. Instead, Charlotte win the free kick, and a booking has been administered as well. And Jackson Hopkins, I think, just talked his way into that. It's a Devil's Logic Brewing booking. That's another example of a young player not being disciplined there. Wasn't even involved in the play and ends up getting booked. Pittsburgh still leading against Miami in that replay. The Luba goal, an own goal for Miami from the previous set of minutes of that game is still the difference. And Enzo Martinez's goal at the moment is still enough to give Charlotte a chance to keep it in their own hands on the final day at a minimum for that number 2 seed. But Loudoun still want to have a say over this. Christian Fuchs' touch allows Loudoun to continue the attack with Dambro. Paz. Cudi Pietro. Was out wide, and Timmy Mell saw the headlines and skies it in the end. Still, Mike Jeffrey's side trying to see this out. This is why, and he mentioned this to us, we can't overlook a team like Loudoun this late in the season. They're still playing for jobs, they're playing for pride, playing for the crest on their kit. And they've done that tonight, and they have taken Loudoun, just like they did to Tampa Bay, right to the brink.
When you have an MLS2 side, clearly every player that is on this team wants to make an impact and get that call up to the MLS squad. When you have a game like this, when you don't really mean it and it doesn't really mean anything for you guys, there's opportunity here for Paz.
Nobody making a run towards the back post. Hopkins played it near post, although the goalkeeper's off his line here. Pack's got a release, and he does.
When you have a game like this, when you have clearly more experienced players that have played around the league, have played around the world, these games tell Coach Martin and this DC United organization what the players' characters are. It's so easy to drop your head between your shoulders and go through the motions once Martinez scores that goal, but you can see this Loudoun team is just full of heart, full of effort, not making anything easy. You see they're possessing the ball, going for every second ball. And Coach Martin has to be proud of the effort his boys have put. And these boys are very talented. You can see the way they possess, they're very mature. It's been the story, not finishing their chances inside the box when they've had them, because they've had good chances and letting goals in far too easy.
We've had about 45 seconds of the minimum of 4 minutes added on. At the end of this one, Loudoun trying to find a late stunning equalizer here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dambro able to find Hopkins, and Hopkins' ball was cleared by Roberts, only as far as Samake. Joel Johnson blocking it, and it's going to be a Chick-fil-A corner for Loudoun here with just under 3 minutes remaining. Charlotte having to do it the hard way tonight. Can they see this out? They have a corner here to defend. Good shape on it towards the back post, and there's a foul away from the ball. That's going to allow Charlotte to take a little bit more time off the clock. And in the meantime, they're going to make another change, as well as Valentin Sabella is going to come on. And we're not going to see history tonight, but another good shift from Dane Kelly, who could certainly have a big say, not only on the final day, but of course in the playoffs as well. And the all-time leading goal scorer in USL Championship history bids us adieu with 2 minutes left of added time.
And entering the match for the Jacks,
it's a complete construction services change.
You can see he was very active, Kelly, getting in good positions, asking a lot of questions of this Loudoun United back line, but was unable to find that finishing product, unable to execute, have that killer instinct that we've been so used to seeing. He had the opportunity, but just unable to find that ball in the back of the net, Kelly. He's going to be such a big part for this Charlotte Independent side going into the playoffs.
I think you might be able to pull off that look that guy had going. What do you think? No? Yeah?
No, Sean, I don't think so. No, it's not for me.
Fair enough. Just over a minute left for Charlotte to try and see this out. They're not worried about a second now. They're trying to keep it in this corner for now. Although Sabella does find Para. Irvin Para slips over the ball, but wins a corner, and that's just fine for Charlotte with about 45 seconds left.
It's a good ball in from Sabella to find the feet of Para. being a little bit nitpicky here. If he's able to take that touch out of his feet and just hit that ball and see what happens. But in the end, they get a corner kick clock to run down this clock on their way to 3 points.
Martinez is going to invite Sabella to help him keep this in the corner, it looks like. Chick-fil-A corner, although they give it right to Joel Johnson. Johnson stood up. Martinez trying to keep Loudoun with the ball in their own end, and that was a mistake at the back. Loudoun didn't get rid of it quick enough. That's going to be another Chick-fil-A corner, and surely that means that Charlotte have indeed seen this out. Can't be too much time left. Put right back into play. Charlotte will shield it in this corner. It's going to be a free kick. This is exactly, if you're a Charlotte fan, what needs to be done. Get the 3 points in the bank. Martinez scored the goal. That could be the match winner, and he's trying to make sure it stands up. And again, it's 4 minimum added on, so we play into a 5th minute. With Charlotte trying to secure this win and keep it in their own hands going into the final day with the 2 seed within reach. Sabella and Martinez. Sabella just whips it in, and that is full time. It wasn't pretty, but a captain's goal from Enzo Martinez secures the 3 points in the end as Charlotte get it over the line and defeat Loudoun by a 0-0. Some nervous moments from Mike Jeffrey's side, but in the end, it's 3 points. Doesn't matter how you get it. And Charlotte has the number 2 seed in their own hands going into the final day of the regular season.
And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. The final score of Independence 1.
We'll take a look. Enzo Martinez celebrates the win at the Big Bend Pub. Save of the game, and it's Austin Pack here, making one at point-blank range early in the first half.
And if this goal goes in, it's a completely different game. What a save that is from Pack to stay big and cut any angle that Gamble has. Terrific save from Pack and a clean sheet for him as well.
Well, Dane Kelly, despite not getting his 100th goal, now playing the role of trick-or-treaters and getting everybody their candy for showing up tonight here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. It's a family atmosphere. Charlotte win it by a 0-0. We'll wrap things up next.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Duckworth's Grill and Tap House is your destination for great food. Duckworth's is open for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. Make sure you complete your order with an ice-cold Pepsi. Duckworth's is locally owned and operated. Pepsi, that's what I like.
Pain can't wait. That's why Novant Health is making access to orthopedic care easier than ever. Same-day appointments, after-hours care available for urgent needs, and the safest care in the region. Book now.
Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin back here with you, wrapping things up from Charlotte. And our Noda Brewing Company man of the match is Enzo Martinez. Captain's goal for him in the 38th minute. He's now handing out the sweets and treats to all the loyal fans here in Charlotte that all dressed up tonight as they get to trick or treat at American Legion Memorial Stadium as well. Well, it wasn't pretty at times for Charlotte as we take a look at the full-time highlights brought to you by Duckworth's. But in the end, it was enough, Ricky. We start in the 8th minute with Loudoun getting one of their many opportunities tonight as Jacob Green got them going.
Yeah, a player like Gamble and the quality that he has, you know he wants to put this on target and make Pack make a better save, a more difficult save, put it on either side of him. Instead, he just hits it straight at Pack.
Then Charlotte on the attack. Bizama put in a good ball.
And it's a good run from Overton to come off this back line to peel toward that top of the box. Elects to go with his left foot, and in the end, it's a really good save from Manel.
This ended up being the difference in the game. Enzo Martinez with a captain's goal, and it turned out to be the match winner.
And you can see Enzo Martinez, he just stops his run, creates a little bit of space between him and Downs, takes a couple touches while the back of the net. It's a great finish there from Martinez.
68th minute, one of the many chances for Charlotte to seal this one.
It's a good ball here from Arbor. It's experience from Martinez just to bump into Samake, get a little bit space. In the end, it's a really good save again from Manel.
Manel had a really good game tonight for Loudoun. 81st minute though, Loudoun looked the more likely at times in these last 10 minutes, and Dambro's header ended up just not hitting the target.
And it's such a good opportunity here from Dambro. Gets away from Kelly. It's a free header at the top of the penalty area. You need to put that on target there.
Famous Toastery full-time match stats in the end, just 2 shots on target for Loudoun. I think that ended up being the difference, and Charlotte ended up seeing this one out, and their chances at the 2-seed are still in their own hands going to Austin on Saturday.
And you said it before, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just need to get points, especially at this time of the year with playoffs just around the corner. For Loudoun, you're very good between the boxes. Just that finishing touch, that killer instinct that let you down time and time again in this match. Charlotte, you have to be happy. Coach Jeffrey has to be happy. So much closer to the home playoff game. So much talent on this roster.
Let's take a look at how it looks now in the Atlantic Division standings. And of course, listen, for Charlotte, they needed these 3 points as far as trying to keep themselves at arm's length between themselves and Pittsburgh, brought to you by Birdsong Brewing Company. They've done just that. Pittsburgh still leading in that replay at the moment by 1-0. With this win, though, it essentially means that Miami will be on the road in the playoffs.
And it's so tough. I mean, look at the top 4. Tampa, Charlotte, Pittsburgh, Miami. Incredible talent on all 4 of those rosters. It's not going to be easy for any Central team playing any of these Atlantic Division squads. And if you're Charlotte Independence, for the time being, you're a Miami FC fan. See if you can get a result against the Riverhounds. And it's going to be really exciting to see how all this plays out.
And no matter what happens, if Charlotte wins at Austin, they will have the 2-seed in the USL Championship playoffs. Well, in the end, Loudoun made Charlotte work for it here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Everyone was dressed in their Halloween 9s here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Charlotte had to work extra hard against a Loudoun team that's done well spoiling down the stretch, but Enzo Martinez's goal ended up being the difference. For Ricky Lopez-Espin and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Charlotte. A captain's goal wins it for Charlotte, and the 2-seed remains in their own hands.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.